Well, so we're ready to do the newspapers now. The lovely lady is here.
My lights were not.
No, the lights on the N1 were not working, so you called DCG. Was that not what you... That's what you put on the group WhatsApp.
I had a flat tire.
Oh, you had a flat tire?
I woke up to it, so
that's not a good excuse.
had to
don't
take
give that excuse again.
I had
flat
to take
tire,
time.
usually you don't say it. So give one that like the one I gave you was better.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I don't lie. That's the thing.
Lights on the N1 were not working, so you call DCG.
To come and power the lights for me alone.
No, well.
Yeah.
Well,
amazing. Okay. Well, I want to start off with some messages that you've been sending through.
On Facebook.
On Facebook. It's facebook.com/Joy News on TV, and I want to start from the very beginning because we inspire you every morning. Okay. But whilst I try to pull up the messages in here. Okay, I've got one for you. And this is on our reflection. I heard you read it. It's really nice. In life, some people will always stay on the fence and wait for you to struggle alone. When it all turns out well, they come in to say, I knew you would make it. I never stopped praying for you. So this morning, tell such people, if you can't love me now, you can't support me now, don't do it later when I'm better and greater. And I love the song that came with it from Christopher Martin. Okay, so Abraham says, when I make it in life, ... And Anayal says, I'm grateful this morning. Kimbab says, there were those selfish and hypocrite people around you. Reject them. Bam! He adds to it. Rich says, I'm just happy this morning for your short notes. Osei Kwesi Samuel says, need I tell him I'll always keep in mind he never held me. Joshua Kofide says, yes, it's true. If you can't love me now and suffer with me now, don't love me later. Oh, a lot more of your messages to come here on the show, Roland.
Yeah, I don't know how this theme got onto the thrust of our discussions this morning, and we'll just have to thank D'Souza, Francisca Abla D'Souza for it. Okay, we have the front page of the Daily Graphic, has a number of stories, and these days a lot more people seem to be working magic as to how to recruit people into the military or the other security services, or even training colleges, etc. There's one on the front page getting prominence on the front page of the Daily Graphic. It says IT specialist arrested, nurses training school admissions scam. And we have two other stories out there. We have a tragic one. 2 kids die in tanker explosion in Kumasi. And you have an insert there of 2 pictures, raised down building, I believe, or just a makeshift building. Some onlookers at the scene of the explosion as well, and the tanker that caused a fire there. We also have BODC, that's a BDC's call for presidential inquiry into allegation, bribery allegation, but deny fraud charge. African countries, that's brand African countries, president urges advertisers. We want to ask him, what is he doing so that Ghana is also branded? Okay. Back page, we have nutrition rehabilitation complex from Kwanta and Savannah Agricultural Institute to enhance rice production. So those are the stories we have on the front and back pages of the Daily Graphic.
I've got the Ghanaian Times newspaper, front page of the Times. 2 die in explosion. Remember, we started sharing this story with you yesterday when we called up our colleague in the Ashanti region, Erastus. Sorry, don't call with details now. The Ghanaian Times is bringing us pictures of that incident. Footballer, IT technician nabbed for fraud. Will deal with corrupt accountants. You see Professor Omani entry there on the front page of the paper, and he means what he's saying. You can tell from the picture. Back page of the Times, though. ECOWAS Finance and Administration Committee are meeting in Accra to consider the financial status of the 15-member sub-regional body. And we're talking ECOWAS here. Also, Ghana National Fire Service launches Fire Safety Week. Remember, this is the day that we observe safety in our various workplaces. That will be it for the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Roland, what have you got?
We have on the front page of the Daily Guide a picture there of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who is aspiring to become the president of the Republic of Ghana after or in the 2016 elections. and he was interacting with the president-elect of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, General Muhammadu Buhari, and they were chatting.
The two of them have something in common, and I think that
I guess
also,
their ages.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one is taller than the other, one is slim. I don't think they have a lot in common.
I said they had one thing in common.
Yeah, I know. I'm not disputing what you said. I said I don't think they have a lot in common. I'm saying that they have, you see, you're saying they have one thing.
They have a lot more. They both are in West Africa. That's another thing they have in common.
He wants to be president as well.
Yes, and that's another.
And if he's
president-elect.
Yes, they will all be two leading leaders of West Africa. Wouldn't it be nice? Look at the two of them.
No comment.
You don't want to be drawn into my bait. Age not a factor. That's a banner story there. Buhari tells Nana, almost like an inspiration there. And you can see Nana's.
It's okay, Roland. There are other headlines. Go through.
Okay. No police escort for JJ. Boss, Unity Oil Boss indicted, and those are the stories we have on the front page of the Daily Guide. Yeah, we have other stories, but Mamavi says I shouldn't review, so we'll go.
All right, so I have to go to the Chronicle, but this is page 3, and it's in the Ghanaian Times newspaper, so I'm going back to that paper.
I forgot.
You forgot what?
Something, News 1.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
This one I'm interested in. I love this lady, Noella Wiyala. And according to the story on News 1, they are teaming up for a new single. That's Miss V and Noella teaming up for nice. 2 new singles.
That's nice.
And I love the two of them. Yeah. But when the other lady sings live, it's beautiful.
Which one is that?
Wiyala.
Yeah.
I was at one of her concerts, and she was just marvelous.
She's a performer, amazing. Yeah, she's really good.
And I really love her ability to have a good stagecraft when she's performing. She really takes the performance to the
she opened the VGMAs, and that was such a big deal because opened it, and she was amazing.
And the other story, I don't know whether it's entertainment or not. It's still
because she's a celebrity.
Okay,
I mean,
celebrity,
the wife of a footballer.
Celebrity wife of
she's a celebrity footballer. Herself.
Okay, celebrity herself, who is a wife of celebrity footballer Sule Muntari. And she's heavily pregnant, we're told. Isn't she beautiful while pregnant? No many women can have that.
But people talk, because just when people were saying that their marriage was collapsing, somebody was filing for divorce and stuff like that, then we see a picture of her pregnant.
Well, sometimes when marriages are collapsing, you just need a little bit of injection of not capital, but some emotional seed.
No, but what it tells me is all the rumors, everything wasn't true. Okay, let me go back to that story in the Ghanaian Times. It says, armed robbers posing as customers who wanted to buy mobile phone credits have attacked the Vodafone retail outlets at Koforidua in the eastern region. They reportedly tied up the attendant, Victoria Jemine, locked her up at gunpoint, and made away with 13,000 Ghana cedis worth of mobile phones and other valuables. Okay, but we also do know that the police says that something is not right in terms of the accounts, so they're doing a lot more investigations. Also, a Ho-based self-ordained pastor, Daniel Zam, convinced a mental health patient to close her bank accounts and hand over all the 5,000 Ghana cedis in it to him for prayers to deliver her from the ailment. A police inquiry has had. This is one that will make you smile a bit, but it's also sad. You can read details of it in the paper. Let me move on to the Chronicle newspaper front page. Wasi candidates defecates in exams hall. But wait a minute before you think the paper was too hard, and so that's what happened to the boy in the story. Well, according to the story, he wanted to go to the toilet so bad, but the invigilator would not allow him, and that's why he ended up doing it on himself. Really, really sad. And I think that invigilator should be punished really, really well. Okay, so also Methodist Bishop blames Ghana's woes on the males. CAG pays MP's dead father. A bit of both stories and fire in Ablekuma West's MPP. A bit about the Methodist issue, and it says that the Bishop of the Kumasi Diocese of the Methodist Church, Right Reverend Professor Osei Safo Kantanka, has said that Ghana is on the brink of being labeled a highly indebted poor country. Professor Kantanka blamed the late President Natta Mills, who took over the administration of the country from former President Kufuor, for being the cause of the current state of the country, emphasizing that good political succession is very important in our nation building. You can continue to read, but I'm moving on to this one. The Member of Parliament for Keta, Richard Koshiga, has made a startling revelation at a public sitting, telling his audience that his late father, until late 2014, continued to receive salary through his ADB bank accounts. Okay, a very controversial one. But back page of the Chronicle, Ayariga grabs Kunedu's Cherokee, ACN begled, and referee gifted Edubiase the late equalizer. That's what Duncan seemed to be saying. But former Minister of Youth and Sports, Mahama Ayariga, is said to have grabbed one of the Cherokee Jeeps, given as reward to the Black Stars players and technical team for winning silver. They just ended AFCON. Are we going back to this issue? If it was a gift from, you know, the car company, then do we have to say anything? Or we're bringing it because he's a public official? Yeah. Okay, but this other one says that ex-Chelsea star Michael Essien's, is it Surrey home, has been raided by burglars making off with his flash Range Rover Vogue. Police confirmed that the 75,000 euro vehicle was stolen earlier this month on April 7. Okay, if they didn't touch his life, but they made away with the car, then that's not bad enough.
All right, so we'll do the last paper. We have on the front page, mobile money market valued at 11.2 billion Ghana cedis, expands 380% in 12 months, and you can see the projection there. Wow, good. STC passengers get 2,000 Ghana cedis insurance cover, and government gambled on homegrown policies. Back page, we have Ghana Water Company Limited wants MMDAs to settle debts, and we have first all-girls private boarding school opens. Developers charged to invest in drainage systems, and multi-million-dollar NCA complex nears completion. It's apparently in the Airport City Enclave. Wow, I think I love that.
Okay, you said the last, but let me just two headlines in the Finder. Doomsor costs OMC some 33 million Ghana cedis. Each filling station spends, guess what, 10,000 Ghana cedis on fuel a month. That's a whole lot of money for these fuel stations. You would realize that some of them have to shut down. So early in the morning you can't get fuel to buy, and some of the filling stations, they spend so much. But desist from indiscriminate use of sirens. That's what the Minister of Interior is saying. And I just have a little thing to add to that. Why don't you start from states ministers, as in ministers of state, and then, you know,
I think that will be appropriate. The last time I nearly witnessed an incident on the Spinters Road, when a couple of those vehicles, you know, those government vehicles belonging to
usually
the
in the convoy,
and they wouldn't just stay in the traffic, and they nearly had a collision with an oncoming car. I guess positions are good. That's why I would want to become a minister of state and enjoy all the leisures that come with it. Won't be bad, my audience.
Seriously? Okay, we have to bring you sports with Kwame Jumai, but also to say that, you know, there's an association, there's a very difficult subject that we hardly talk about as a people, and that's persons who do not have children of their own. But fortunately, there's an association. We talked a little bit about it, and I'm hosting them today. We'll get into issues. So if you're having difficulties conceiving, this is one of the days that you want to stay glued definitely to your television set. We're going into details here on the show.
Just there. We'll be right back. Full sports detail here.